Hello, video viewers. I'm Raven Nightwind, and welcome to the Raven's Ghost Files YouTube channel. If you're a fan of the eerie and the unexplained, you're in the right place. Today, I have an interesting story that's sure to send shivers down your spine. So let's dive right in. Stone Toad Cave. Stone Toad Cave. Who hasn't heard of it in our village? Stories about the cave surface from time to time. The Stone Toad Cave is located on a large central ridge, a place where very few people venture. Occasionally, bamboo cutters may dare to explore the area, but they only do so when bamboo becomes scarce. When bamboo is abundant, no one heads in that direction. From what I've heard from the elders, I've never been there myself. However, my dad mentioned that he went there once when he was young. He recalled that they had gone to cut bamboo near the Stone Toad Cave, and as they got close, they suddenly heard a loud "woo" sound coming from inside the cave. No one knows what kind of creature made that sound. My dad and his group quickly grabbed their knives and retreated from the ridge. After that, they never returned. Some people say a giant ogre lives inside the Stone Toad Cave. It is said to come out to hunt deer or wild boars in the forest. This ogre is described as being twice the height of an average person, with a mass equivalent to 3 grown men combined. It is completely covered in thick fur, and its eyes are as large as soup bowls, glowing with a fiery red color. People refer to this giant ogre as the Stone Toad. The story of the Stone Toad dates back to the reign of a certain king who had 2 sons. The elder son, adhering to tradition, became the crown prince, while the younger son was simply known as the ordinary prince. From a young age, the younger prince was consumed by greed and anger. The king had a chief bodyguard whose son was named Mike. Remarkably, Mike was only summoned to the royal court once. Upon seeing him, the king grew very fond of the boy and affectionately began calling him Stone Toad instead of Mike. The royal court was not open to just anyone. Only those granted permission by the king himself could enter. However, the king officially gave Stone Toad unrestricted access to the court, allowing him to come and go as he pleased. Whenever Stone Toad was absent for an extended period, the king would miss him and instruct the chief bodyguard, "Bring my son Stone Toad to me." Thus, the boy was often summoned. As time went on and the king aged, he began to teach Stone Toad alongside his own sons in the arts of warfare and horsemanship. As Stone Toad grew older, he became exceptionally brave and skilled in battle. When the chief bodyguard fell ill and passed away, the king considered appointing Stone Toad as the new chief bodyguard. However, he consulted with his 2 sons before making a decision. Driven by envy, the younger prince suggested assigning Stone Toad a command within his own forces instead. After careful deliberation, the king and the crown prince agreed to this plan. Together, the king's 2 sons and Stone Toad defended their kingdom against invasions from other territories, emerging victorious in every battle. However, the younger prince began to grow arrogant. Believing that having Stone Toad on his side would ensure his success, he took Stone Toad under his wing. Soon after, the younger prince secretly began plotting a major conspiracy. Once his plans were in place, he summoned Stone Toad and made him swear an oath of loyalty. The prince declared, "If you betray me, may you meet a terrible death and live for countless years as a cursed ogre." 3 months after taking the oath, the younger prince revealed his scheme to Stone Toad. The plan involved overthrowing both the king and the crown prince, seizing the throne for himself. Stone Toad was tasked with assassinating the king by sneaking into the royal chambers. The younger prince, unable to kill his father with his own hands, forced Stone Toad to do it. Despite his reluctance, Stone Toad had no choice. He had already taken the oath of loyalty and sworn under the curse. On the appointed day, the rebellion began. Stone Toad entered the royal chambers with a dagger to carry out the deed. As he approached, the king woke up and saw him. "Is it really you, Stone Toad? The one I love so dearly, here to kill me?" Hearing these words, Stone Toad lowered his dagger, tears welling in his eyes. "My great king, forgive me. I have failed to understand and broken the trust you placed in me," he said. The king, realizing the situation, replied, "If that's the case, then do it, Stone Toad. End it now." Stone Toad, overwhelmed with guilt and sorrow, pleaded, "My king, there is no time to waste. We must leave now." He then led the king through a secret door, unknown to anyone else. The king, surprised, exclaimed, A secret door? Even I did not know of its existence. Stone Toad revealed, "Before my father passed away, he showed this to me." The hidden passage led them to the king's main bodyguard unit, stationed in the northern gardens. Upon arrival, the guards quickly surrounded the king, who commanded them to summon the crown prince immediately. Stone Toad, bowing respectfully to the king, prepared to leave, but the king stopped him and said, "Stone Toad, step forward." The king removed his royal signet ring and placed it on Stone Toad's finger. "You have proven your loyalty. You and your father were the ones I trusted with my life." Meanwhile, the palace was in chaos, with everyone searching for the king and Stone Toad. As the rebellion unraveled, the younger prince's forces grew weaker. Defeated, he fled into the forest along with his remaining soldiers. But there they were confronted by Stone Toad, who stood waiting for them, resolute and unmoving. The younger prince, furious, shouted, "Traitor!" "Stone Toad!" and ordered his men to seize him. Seeing the royal signet ring on Stone Toad's hand, the prince realized what had happened. Consumed by rage and humiliation, he declared, "I won't kill you myself, but I'll ensure your betrayal is punished." The younger prince and his men bound Stone Toad tightly with rope, dragged him into a large cave, and sealed the entrance with heavy stones. "Let this be your tomb," he declared. Left to die alone, Stone Toad succumbed to his fate. However, the curse from his oath transformed him into a monstrous ogre, cursed to roam the land for countless years. This is the story of Mike, the son of the great chief bodyguard, also known as Stone Toad. It's a tale I've cherished since childhood. Why am I sharing this now? Just 2 nights ago, in a nearby village, a cow was reportedly dragged away by a monstrous creature. Everyone is saying it was the monster. And last night, in our village, a white cow was found with its neck snapped, its body left in the bushes. Fences were trampled, and villagers discovered massive footprints, 5 times the size of a human foot. As for me, I was thinking about what to do with this monster. That's when I decided to seek help from Morgan Bale. Morgan Bale is the queen of ghosts, you see. I'll explain her story in the next video. So the next morning, I began preparing with my friends David and Magnet. They're my childhood friends. We also summoned Miss Ellen, the divine medium, to get everything ready. As night fell, my excitement and fear grew stronger. We arrived at the graveyard. I prepared offerings of rice and meat for Morgan at the top of the grave. Miss Ellen was also ready. It was time to summon Morgan Bale. Morgan arrived quickly, accompanied by the mighty spirit of her black dog. Morgan entered the body of Miss Ellen and leaped to the top of the grave. Then she ate the rice and meat while staring at me. "Raven Nightwind, I wanted to meet you. That's not a monster. It's the ogre Stone Toad. He's cursed and turned into an ogre due to breaking his oath. With prey becoming scarce in the forest, he's now entering the villages to steal livestock," Morgan explained. Then the stories we heard about Stone Toad as kids. "They're true, aren't they, Morgan?" I asked. "Yes, Raven, but Stone Toad is no ordinary cursed soul. He has revived twice already, with his spirit re-entering his body each time. This time, we must destroy his body before his spirit returns. Once his body's destroyed, it'll help free him from his curse. That's your responsibility," Morgan told me. Morgan then guided me on what to do. The next night, I gathered the items Morgan instructed me to bring and entered the forest. The moonlight illuminated the surroundings. As I reached the cave, loud roaring echoed out, sending shivers through me. I turned around when I heard a deep growl. It was Morgan's black dog. Following it, Morgan herself appeared behind me. "It's time," she said. Nearby bamboo trees snapped and swayed, and then he emerged, the cursed ogre, enormous beyond belief. Morgan's black dog leaped toward the cave, barking furiously. Seeing the dog, Ogre Stone Toad became enraged and tried to grab it, but the dog dodged swiftly. Ogre Stone Toad, in his anger, lost his balance and tumbled down the hillside, meeting his 3rd death. "That's your chance, Raven," Morgan said. Without delay, I poured oil over Ogre's body and set it ablaze. Stone Toad's spirit appeared, racing toward his burning body, but seeing his body engulfed in flames, the spirit hesitated and stopped. Holding a sacred statue close to my chest, I stepped forward. At that moment, Stone Toad knelt down, It seemed like the curse was breaking. He gazed at the sacred statue, bowed 3 times, and vanished into the night. After everything was done, I returned home from the hill. The orge that people thought was a monster is no longer a threat. Stone Toad has been set free from his curse. I felt peace in my heart, knowing the nightmare was over. By the time I reached home, the roosters were already crowing to greet the dawn. Thank you for your listening. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. Stay tuned as new videos are coming soon. Have a great day.